Hey everybody, so my name is LaPrecious and welcome to my channel, Let's Talk with LaPrecious. So I've decided to do a tarot card reading on the messy relationship triangle, excuse me, between Danileigh, DaBaby, and Mimi. This is nothing but a hot tail mess because this relationship has been going on and on and on for like the past, 2 to 3 years. And everybody's had their opinions and whatnot on Danileigh and DaBaby, but I'm just gonna go ahead and read out this whole situation for what it is. Okay, so Spirit of the Universe in itself, when it comes to Danileigh and DaBaby, how exactly did they meet? What happened when they met, and how did this whole relationship or situationship get started or established in the first place? Okay, what I'm getting is that there was like a sense of innocence going on with Danileigh. Like when Danileigh met with DaBaby, it was like a lot of different, feelings and whatnot that she had. Spirit of the universe itself when it comes to Danileigh and DaBaby, how did they meet? What was the energy like when they met? And how did this situationship become started? Yeah, it just really seems like when Danileigh and DaBaby first met, this whole relationship pretty much started with, them doing a song together. I think they did a song together called like Levi High or whatnot. And it's like they started talking and hanging out and whatever. And so it looks like Danileigh was at like the prime of her career when she first came out because I'm getting the younger woman, like dealings with the younger woman, youthfulness and everything. And it's also saying that when they did first meet up, it's kind of like DaBaby just saw her as like a groupie. Like that's the energy that I'm getting from this because the energy that I'm getting from this is like someone in the relationship in the situation in the beginning was like really stubborn, like they didn't want to move, they didn't want to be as open and whatnot, or pretty much talk or communicate. And it sounds like DaBaby was pretty much feeling like this. It's more so Danileigh was trying to get him to open up. She was acting like, I mean, let's call it for this. I'm just trying to do this music video, get this song put out and whatever, then go about my business. But it's like she was just trying to get him to nudge and budge. But I am seeing where there was, some trouble going on, some accusations, and this energy feels like with DaBaby, honestly, because around this time when DaBaby like really blew up, he had like the Suge song that was out. Then he had what was the name of that song he had with Megan Thee Stallion, Cash Ish, when that song came out, and his career was pretty much bubbling around this time. And Danileigh, she had the Easy song with Chris Brown that blew up, and then she had Little Baby, the song Little Baby, and in the Spanish version, Bebecito, and then I think like Dominican Mommy kind of came out like after that. So both of them had like really bubbling, budding careers and whatnot going on. So it was just business more so, but it's like Danileigh wanted to take it further. And I'm also getting where her role was gonna be a lot different the way than what she wanted it to be. Spirit is pretty much saying that with Danileigh and DaBaby when they met, she wanted a relationship, but he really wasn't into her like that. And he just wanted somebody that could just have a good time, flirt, be fun, and to just hang out or whatever. And it's like Danileigh was saying, I kind of want something, more than this or whatever, but it's just not, working in my favor per se. But it is saying though that as time went on, as DaBaby got to know Danileigh for who she was and got to really see her for what she was, it's like there was a change of heart within him. And it seems like, there was some good fortune and good feelings and whatnot going on between the both of them in this relationship. But it just really feels like it seems like Danileigh was in it for love, but it's like DaBaby was more so in it for the buzz and whatnot because he kind of saw it as, fun in a way to be with Danileigh because Danileigh, when you look at Danileigh versus DaBaby, Danileigh does not come off as like his type. It doesn't matter if she's pretty. It doesn't matter if she's Dominican. It doesn't matter like whatever she's giving, to the table and whatnot. You could just tell like she's not his type per se. Now, when you look at Mimi and whatnot, she does come off as more of his type because they grew up, in North Carolina. They have kids together. They have a life together. They have a lot of history and background with each other. And it's like Danileigh, this girl, like, hey, what's up? I'm here. And she's more of like wanting to be with him more so than wanting to be to her. And it just seems like Danileigh is just so oblivious in the beginning to this whole thing because, and this is not me talking, it's a spirit, because it's saying that, DaBaby was seeing like a bag in this whole situation. Like, yeah, I could be with this pretty, around the way, Dominican girl per se. And to me, it's like Danileigh, Spirit is saying Danileigh was the one that cared more so about color as opposed to DaBaby, because DaBaby, he really didn't see any issues with her being Dominican or anything like that. But it's more so of like Danileigh, like, oh, I want to be with him. He's a black dude. I like black men or whatever. So, this is what I'm rocking with or whatever. But it just seems like with DaBaby, he just saw like an opportunistic, you know, um, he had an opportunistic outlook in this whole relationship. It's like Danileigh wanted love, but he just wanted money. And I'm also getting like eventually as time went on, Danileigh did realize that she was just a good look on his arm because at the time it's like there were a lot of relationship rumors going around and there was pictures of them like going out to dinner and just being caught seen with each other. But even in the midst of that, Mary Lacey Lynn did Mimi do black magic on DaBaby. I was getting to that because there has been a lot of like speculations on that as well. But yeah, I'll get to the bottom of that though. So yeah, with Danileigh, it's like she really wanted to be in love with him in the beginning. And I'm honest to say she had some deceitful ideas going on as well. Because there was some things going on, about colorism at that time. Because Danileigh, and this is not me talking, this is spirit talking straight off the cut. Danileigh really wanted to be like that Latin girl that bagged the black dude and was able to have a black baby and wanted to be like, ha, I got him from Mimi, I got him from her. He's over here with me. This is what he wants. He don't want you. And it just really backfired on her because if y'all have seen in the tabloids, Danileigh has not been winning at all with this cocky like attitude. Is Mimi really pregnant by the baby? Okay, I'll get to those questions. But yeah, Danileigh has been catching L's for the longest throughout this whole saga because she came out trying to bag the baby, that didn't work. Then she came out, trying to make it seem like Mimi was just so beneath her and everything like that. And then it's like she lost in that because DaBaby still kept going back to Mimi and whatnot talking. And I think Mimi is a barber in either Charlotte or Greensboro, North Carolina. I live in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I frequent Greensboro more than I do Charlotte. I just have my own feelings about Charlotte. But yeah, a lot of people, know Mimi and know DaBaby because of them growing up here and because of them knowing a lot of people. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at the relationship thing between Mimi and then Danileigh, tried to cook soul food with that messed up wacky tacky macaroni and cheese where the cheese wasn't all the way cooked. And that thing looked like she just put noodles and cheese sauce and cheese slices on top. I'm like, that is not soul food and then had the burnt steak or whatever. I'm like, you could have kept that off. You could just, ask, maybe talk to DaBaby's mama or somebody teaching you how to cook. Because a lot of women that's in interracial relationships with black men, they usually go to the women of the family. If they really want to be accepted and really want to be loved and whatnot, you either go to the mama or the sister or the aunt, and they'll teach you how to cook macaroni and cheese and greens and fried chicken and stuff like that. I don't know what that was, so yeah, that's a L. Now, Spirit of the universe itself, when it comes to DaBaby and Mimi, what was their relationship like in the beginning with this whole saga? And I'm gonna get to the spiritual part too. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Spirit of the universe itself, when it comes to Mimi and DaBaby, What was the energy like in the beginning of this whole saga, and what was the whole, issue? What was everything going on in like the beginning of this Danileigh, the baby saga when it came to the baby and Mimi's relationship? Okay, so I'm getting a lot of things going on with this whole situation with this whole thing. So it's saying right here in the beginning of this whole saga between Danileigh and the baby, Mimi was actually losing out on money. It seems like she was going through like a lot of tough times, a lot of, bills not being paid or struggling with bills and everything. And it's like she really needed the baby's support at this moment. Like the baby, he does take care of his family and whatnot, but it's like Mimi, she kind of wanted more emotional support and really more financial support from him because at the time she just wanted more stability and more structure. And it seems like she had to call on like her father about, man, I can't believe he's going out with Danileigh. They're taking pictures all the time. Look, this is what's going on. She's stalking me. She's bothering me. So it seems like Mimi did get in contact with some type of father figure of hers. Maybe his, maybe hers. Somebody in the family had to like really get her straight and like get some, kind of get some sense into her head about what was going on and how she really didn't need to worry about Danileigh. And it is true that Danileigh was stalking Mimi. I'm really getting like some jealousy and whatnot because it's like Danileigh was studying the baby. It's like she was trying to do her homework on like what his type was, what he liked, like how could she get into him and everything. More so instead of people teaching her. So this is where like the whole illusion part just really got started. Now I do see like some personal sorrow and whatnot. Mimi did feel hurt when she first saw, the baby and Danileigh going out. Because as I mentioned before, they do have a lot of history together. And I really, the vibe that I'm getting from the cars is that they're really close knit and tight knit. And it's like they really have a lot of feelings for each other. It's like they grew up together, they have kids together, their families know each other pretty well. And it just seems like, this is a betrayal to her because she's like, well, how could it be, I'm here working, living humbly, doing me, living my life, and you out here running around with this, chicken head beacock. I don't know the name of that character that came from that what was the name of that cartoon with the little like Tweety Bird or whatever? Yeah, when Mimi started calling her like the Tweety Bird character because she had like fried bleach hair and everything like that. So yeah, this is pretty much what was going on. It's like Mimi for a minute was thinking that she was losing the baby, that she somehow lost him because that he was with Danileigh and they appeared to be happy, but they really wasn't as happy go lucky that she thought that they really were. And it's also saying that in this time frame, Mimi had like a lot of, she had a lot of ill feelings going on. Like what are you doing with her? Like why is she here? And she had to get a lot of counsel. It's saying like this really messed up Mimi on an emotional and on a personal level because she felt betrayed. Because the energy I'm getting is that her and the baby they had like an agreement with each other that they were gonna like be there for one another. They were gonna sponsor each other here and there, but there was just no relationship. But it's like Mimi still had feelings for him. Mimi didn't start having feelings for him because of Danileigh. It's like these feelings were always there, but it's like she felt like she just couldn't compete because of the different industries that they were in and how big his fame was as compared to hers. Now, like I mentioned before, there was a lot of material things. He was able to buy her nice stuff. He took care of his kids, he took care of her, he took care of everything. So it's not like the baby was a deadbeat dad. The baby has always been there for his kids and for his family. So as far as her not having that financial support with the kids and with herself, that was always a given. But yeah, I am seeing where she was disappointed. There was a lot of disappointment going on. It's like she felt as though he was going to come back for her. Like when they had their little disagreements or arguments about how he wasn't man enough for her, like how he wasn't there for her emotionally, like she wanted him to be. And this was before the fame. This was actually before Suge and whatnot had came out, and it's indicating that she, just felt like he wasn't the one. But it just seems like when the fame started taking off, and he really did what he said he was gonna do, that's when her feelings kind of changed, and it just ended up being a disappointment because it's like when he leveled up, it's like his feelings kind of leveled up as well. Now, I am saying that with the table, she feels as though this relationship was going to be a lot of hard work because of his schedule and things that, they had going on. So when this Danileigh stuff came out and whatnot, Mimi was feeling some type of way about her because she felt like she lost. She felt like she was losing him to her. And, and the whole like racial stuff, I'm going to get real juicy in this whole thing too. And I do sense that Mimi kind of felt in a way, with the racial stuff. Okay, he's with a Latin girl, maybe he don't like her because black men kind of like them now. But it's like Mimi in that arena really didn't have anything to lose per se because DaBaby really didn't like Danileigh like that. He didn't. I mean, even from the beginning, he never really felt like any strong feelings for her. It was just business, but Danileigh wanted to take it to the next level. Okay, so now I'm about to get into the juicy stuff. So, Mary Lacey Lynn, you asked me, did Mimi do black magic on DaBaby? Okay. I'm going to look into that on both sides because a lot of people have been saying that Danileigh, as opposed to Mimi, has been doing black magic. Now, Danileigh, I could see people saying that Danileigh did black magic on him mainly because Danileigh is Dominican and they do voodoo in the Dominican Republic because I practice Dominican voodoo, so I know. But let me read. He still has another baby mama besides Danileigh, but since the other baby mama is silent, Mimi didn't see her as competition. He doesn't love Mimi either, no matter how long they've been dealing. Well, it seems like there's some mutual feelings between him and Mimi. I feel like when it comes to the silent baby mama, that baby mama just knows her place. She knows her role. She like, okay, me and the baby, we got like a child together, whatever, but I'm living my life over here. As long as he giving me child support, seeing the baby, whatever, I'm cool with that. So that's what the silent baby mama is saying right now. And like I said before, these are not my personal feelings speaking. This is spirit just speaking through me. And let's see, with Mimi, to me, DaBaby as opposed to the silent baby mama, DaBaby has more respect for Mimi. Now, when I say respect, I'm really more so talking about respecting her on a female level because Mimi is not chasing him. Spirit is saying right now, Mimi is definitely not chasing DaBaby like that. Thanks for answering my question. Oh, you're welcome. Mimi, she's not chasing DaBaby like that. She's more so like, oh, I like him. I still want to be with him. Let's see how this is going on. But she's not stalking him and chasing him down like Danileigh is. So let's just get to the bottom of it. Okay. Spirit of the universe in itself. When it comes to Mimi, is she practicing some type of voodoo magic on Mimi? I mean, not on Mimi, on Danileigh and DaBaby situation. Yep, it seems that way because this is what I'm getting. It's saying that she's had some type of consultation or consult with a younger man about the situation when it comes to her magic and everything. I'm gonna tell y'all something about the entertainment industry. Yeah, a lot of them do be practicing devil worship and doing demonic rituals and whatnot, like Travis Scott was doing. But a lot of celebrities are woke. A lot of celebrities do practice E5, 21 divisions, Lukumi, Isheshe, a lot of them, I have noticed a lot of rappers, especially the gangster rappers, are Muslim. Some of them are with the Brotherhood, some of them are just regular Muslims. But you do have other celebrities that do follow 21 divisions, Haitian voodoo, Isheshe, Lukumi, and so on and so forth. So you do have a lot of people that do practice and stuff that's famous. Yeah, I'm getting the horseshoe where there was some luck going on involved, like some lucky spells, some lucky charms. It says Mimi, Spirit is saying that Mimi carries around mojos. Like she carries around like different charms, different herbs, different like greases that have been anointed by priests and whatnot to really get things going. So yeah, she did throw a couple of monkey wrenches and so here and there between Danileigh and DaBaby so that he wouldn't get her. It's saying preserve and you will overcome problems and whatnot. So yeah. It's like she was using that magic and stuff, and the bouquet shows compliments from an admirer. So yeah, Mimi was working her magic and whatnot when it came to this situation because she still wanted to be with him. And I'm gonna tell y'all something about love magic. Love magic can work, but it can backfire as well. Because the thing about love magic, when you're doing love magic freely, where it's not directed at a specific person, it can give you all types of results. Like you can get favors from people, you could get money, you could get good luck, you could get privileges, you can get, moved into the club, moved into different parties, invited to different spaces with love spells. Love spells are not always romantic. It's like your intentions may be romantic, but the outcome can be favors, love, admirers, flirtation, money, good luck, or just good fortune. But if you are directing your love magic at a specific person, then if that person has mutual feelings for you and whatnot, it can work. But if that person does not have any mutual feelings for you, it's going to take a lot of pulling and tugging. You may have to cut up some animals. You may have to consult with the dead and whatnot to really get these people to be into you. Because when it comes to love magic, when somebody is not into you, or they may just like you or whatever, it's gonna be hard as heck to really like get them to be into you, even with magic. So that's my magic tip right there. That's why she's not chasing. She got something on him and she is pregnant by him again for what is being told. And I think she is not chasing him because it was never actually over between them. Yeah, because as I mentioned before, there's like mutual feelings going on and DaBaby has more respect for Mimi as opposed to Danileigh. Now let me get into Danileigh's magic and whatnot. Okay, spirit of the universe itself. When it comes to Danileigh and DaBaby, is Danileigh doing any type of voodoo or any type of hoodoo, Santeria, or anything on DaBaby? Yep, that's what I'm hearing. Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm getting everything. I'm getting everything when it comes to Danileigh. Danileigh, Spirit is telling me that it's a mix of voodoo and Santeria that she's been using in this situation. Now, I'm going to put out a disclaimer. Just because somebody is Dominican or Caribbean or whatnot doesn't mean that they practice voodoo. Now, don't get me wrong. Voodoo, Santeria, and Ifa and Lukumi and the other ATRs, they are prevalent in the Caribbean. The only thing about the Caribbean is that when it comes to Caribbeans, it's a known fact that when it comes to your spiritual practices and whatnot, that's not supposed to be anybody's business because the difference between Americans and Caribbeans is like, Americans believe in being so loud and proud about stuff. When it comes to Caribbeans and their magic, what you don't show is what people don't know. There's value in being secretive. There's value in being silent. And it's a known fact that magic does tend to be a bit more powerful when it's done in secret and when it's done in silence. So a lot of Caribbeans will say we're Christian, we're Catholic, we're Presbyterian, we believe in Jesus and God, but you better believe somebody's grandma, auntie, or great grandma did voodoo, practiced voodoo, or did some type of magic along the way. So I'm just putting that out there right now. Because voodoo and magic and whatnot is very prevalent and embedded in Caribbean history and culture. So don't let nobody lie to y'all and fool y'all about that because they do believe in roots in the Caribbean. Now, it's saying with Danileigh, opportunity. She got the carrot. So yeah. She was like, okay, I need to get me some voodoo priestesses on the line, because I need to get some stuff going. I want this man to be my baby. I want him to have it my baby or whatever. And she did. And that's also saying voodoo played a magic in her getting pregnant too. Because not to be too graphic and whatnot, DaBaby, he wasn't trying to have that. DaBaby is stacked as far as money is concerned, but Spirit is saying that DaBaby was not trying to have another baby. He was not. And like Danileigh got like goal oriented. Y'all see that dot with the arrow and stuff in it? Like this is Danileigh. She was strong with it. She like, I want this man, I want him to be my baby and all of that. And it's saying that she called on the spirit of Oshun to help her with her pregnancy. And I'm also hearing like Dambala Widow and Aida Widow and Dambala Widow and Aida Widow. I know in Haitian voodoo, they're like the couple and whatnot. What happened to Danileigh House of the DR? Okay, I'm gonna get to that too. Seems like she called on some feminine energy. She called on the energies of marriage and love and luck because Damalawedo, when it comes to the snake spirits in voodoo, they represent dominance and good luck and good fortune. So yeah, she called on the right spirits because she got the 4-leaf clover. So Damalawedo and Aida Widow, they were able to help her out when it came to like happiness and luck and love. And Oshun, she helped her out too because it's saying that she wanted honor and respect as a mother, more so than his girlfriend and whatnot. Because Spirit is saying with Danileigh, it was more so of a cultural thing with her because Danileigh is Caribbean. And I mean, let's just be honest, when it comes to Caribbean families and culture, there is an expectancy for you to be married and to have kids and to have a set career by 25 or by a certain age. Danileigh, I believe, is 25, 26 ish. She has a career, she has the money, she bought her family a house in the Dominican Republic. And when she did that, that's when she went public with her and with her and DaBaby being together. So it's like she accomplished her cultural goals on the money side and the career side, but it's like with the family side, she was more so struggling with that. So yeah, both Mimi and Danileigh, they was in with the roots when it came to this stuff. So that is true when it came to this whole situation. Okay, now, so y'all were asking me, so I answered the spiritual question about Mimi. Now I'm gonna deal with her being pregnant. Okay, spirit in the universe of the cell. When it comes to Mimi and DaBaby, is Mimi really pregnant, or is she hiding it? Or is she not pregnant and not saying anything? Or is she trying to play with the blogs and whatnot? Like what? Okay, let's see. Is Mimi really pregnant? Spirit of the universe itself. When it comes to Mimi and DaBaby, is Mimi really pregnant? Yep, Spirit is saying yeah. Yeah. Spirit is saying that Danileigh is pregnant, but it's not going to work out in her situation because the kind of cards she got are just not favorable. It's saying that this younger woman keeps popping up. It's saying like with Mimi, Mimi is trying to be humble and she's trying to play it cool and whatnot, but it's just not working in her favor. She feels like Danileigh in this situation is competition because she's getting all the attention. It's like Mimi wants that attention and whatnot, but it's like Danileigh is kind of beating her in that because she's so loud and so open and putting everything on live and whatever. So yeah, it's saying like Mimi is like, okay, we're gonna have to dead this situation because it's not working out for me. It's not working out in my favor, and it's just not what I wanted to be. And it's saying heartache. Like she knows out of this whole situation that she's not gonna have the baby because by Danileigh being so open and so vocal about this situation, she got the attention that she wanted. And by her having this baby, it's like by her being painted as the victim or as like the innocent baby mama of the girl, excuse me, the girl who just wanted to be in love and just wanted to have a family and whatnot. It's like Danileigh is getting more sympathy than Mimi is. And that's what Mimi is having a gripe about. It's like she's getting more sympathy than anybody else in this situation because she's Danileigh. She's a singer, she's a performer, she's a protege of Prince. So it's like she has like all of this stuff going for her. And Mimi just has like the baby mama still living in Charlotte, hoping for the baby to come. and it's just not working out for her. It's like she laid low, did what she was told to do, but it's not working for her because it's saying that she wants her family back. She really wants the baby back, but Spirit is saying that since this situation is so messy and so big, it's not gonna happen like that for her. Okay, so next question is what happened in Danileigh's house in the DR? Yeah, because my whole thing, the last statement I saw with Danileigh, and I think she released this from yesterday, she was saying, like, yes, I'm in Charlotte. No, I'm not in Charlotte, walking the streets with my baby, carrying luggage because I don't want the attention. I don't want people thinking I'm crazy. My publicist just called me. She got me a room and whatnot. So we good over here. I just don't want nobody thinking that I'm over here broke, destitute, and he kicked me out because if anybody's gonna say something about me, I'm gonna say something bad. So it's like her and the baby, they were just like arguing about who was gonna have the final say and how each person was looking. My thing was, and Armin Wiggins, who's another YouTuber that I love, he said the same thing that I said too. Why is it that if you have so much money and whatnot, and your family supposedly, and I'm gonna look into Danileigh's family too, because her brother came out and was speaking to her, whatever. So I'm gonna look at that family situation to see if it is true that Danileigh's people didn't like DaBaby because DaBaby was black. So my whole thing was, and this was Armin Wiggins said, like, how is it that you flew from the Dominican Republic to have your baby? Because when Danileigh revealed she was pregnant, she was dancing in the Dominican Republic, like had the big party and the music and the dress. So it seems like the family at the time was like real happy, or so it seemed, that she was pregnant and that she was having a baby with the baby, or just having a baby in general. But it's like based on the accounts, it's like Danileigh didn't stay in the Dominican Republic to have her baby, and Danileigh had to fly to the United States, or more specifically North Carolina, where the baby is from, because her family didn't want her there, or she didn't feel safe with her family. Blah blah blah. Like, if you're Danileigh the singer, why don't you have all this money since you just bought your parents a house in the Dominican Republic, a big house at that? Why don't you have any money yourself for you to get a penthouse or something in Charlotte or in North Carolina to set up shop, even if you and the baby were having issues and stuff? So that's my whole thing, and I'm gonna give y'all one thing. I've been to the Dominican Republic, and I've become acquainted with Dominicans and whatnot because I am involved in Dominican voodoo. When it comes to Dominicans, they don't play about their family and they don't play about their money. And when it comes to the Dominican Republic, people do go missing and stuff does happen to them when they get messed up with the wrong people, or when things don't go their way when it comes to family. So yeah, when it comes to Dominicans or being in the Dominican Republic, you do have to be very careful. Because when it does come to family and different ordeals with levels of respect and whatnot, things can happen. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. So, yeah, it's just like when Danileigh, that whole thing wasn't making any sense. If you have this big career and all these popping songs, why isn't your money able to keep you instead of you leaning on the baby to take care of you? Okay, so now I'm about to get to this question. So, Spirit of the universe itself, when it comes to Danileigh, like, what is the whole situation with her money and her family? Like, what is going on? Like, from the beginning of her seeing the baby and getting pregnant and whatnot, what is going on? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's saying that there was some rumblings going on in the family about this. They weren't all that happy about that. And they didn't really accept Nanny like over this. She may have made it look like it was all fun and games because they was happy at the baby shower, or whatever. But they told her we ain't having this. Spirit of the universe itself. When it comes to Danileigh and her family, and this whole saga, like what's going on with that and her money. Okay, got a whole lot of cars jumping out. Okay, pull one more. Yep. So what I'm okay, so the energy that popped up with this whole scenario, Cherry, I have to be honest, I almost going to be offended if we're giving her all the support. She's just gonna go back to him. I agree with you. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When this whole thing came out about Danileigh, I wasn't here for it. I wasn't here for it mainly because I'm like, why are you sitting here trying to be, oh, I'm Hispanic, I'm a bag him just like all these other Hispanic girls do? Because that's how she felt in the first place anyway. Because Danileigh really was feeling like, okay, Mimi, she just a bit of broke baby mama and whatever, and I'm this sexy Dominican girl that's gonna get with him and everything, so she could kick rocks. That was her vibe I got from her, so I really wasn't in support of that anyway. Then number two, why do you keep being with a man that's not publicly claiming you? It don't matter if y'all was posting pictures and y'all both had like the same background. People was calling that out too. Y'all was holding hands and you was hugging him